I have your attention, please. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Think that, Patty?
I agree.
All right, listen, I want to start with this. Oh, what a night. Watching Tottenham on a Tuesday night. You play first because you're fucking shy. What a feeling, what a night. You can't then tell me that two players go out and you strengthened as well, and then all of a sudden your whole season crumbles. It's crazy. And to me, if Arsenal don't make top 4 this season, that is one of the biggest bottle jobs in recent Premier League history. But imagine me then turning around and saying, oh, you guys are celebrating today, but 3 weeks ago you were unhappy. That's football. But it doesn't make you a flip-flop fan.
Yeah,
You're actually enjoying it. I'm not happy, man. I was underwhelmed. I was quite shocked when he was when we were linked to him. I mean, we had some big hitters in there originally, Conte, Poch. You know, so then to be then linked with Nuno and for him to get the nod over all the other guys.
Grin, almost as big as he is because he's like 6'5". Very good friend, very good person. Previously of our channel friends Views TV is the one and only Patrick Tyrant.
Yes, what's happening, people? It's your boy Patrick Tyrant, aka Young Swaggy Daniels. When you see the T, see the P. When you see the P, now represents T. Let's go. I think we're live. Yeah, man. I think we are live. How are we? What is good in the hood? As you can see, I'm joined by a stellar cast. This is the first time I've had usually it's just me talking at the screen and we get everyone involved in the comments. But this time around, as you can see, we've got an all-star cast. We got my guy Jords, we got Premzy, we got Egal, we got Dash, and we've also got Deji in the house. Well, Deji's coming through very shortly. So as it's the North London derby, it's only right that I get on some quality talent, some quality podcasters. And essentially, I'm just going to sit back and let these guys do the talking. They're going to talk their talk, share their thoughts, and obviously for me as well, it's great because I get to introduce you lot to a lot of people that I look up to, that I enjoy streaming with. And yeah, without much further ado, we're going to start with the Arsenal boys. So Premzy, he's on my right, but he might be on your left. When Deji comes here, join the Arsenal boys at the bottom. But how are you, Premzy? And thank you for coming on.
I'm all right. I'm not feeling being up here, you know what I mean, with the Tottenham lads. But you know what, Patrick, it's an honour to be on the channel. I think it's been a long time coming, and it's good to see you putting content out. You know what? Talk about blowing your own trumpet on that intro, fam. But it was going off, I'm telling you. Going off. But you know what, boys? Big up the chat, big up the panel. Make sure you smash a like on the video and let's get Patrick flying, man. Because honestly, and I say this not lightly, but, you know, Patrick, one of the Tottenham guys out there that I can honestly say my man is just good stuff. You get me? Good stuff. So everyone follow him. Arsenal fans, everyone, man. Show this guy love. Speaks it as it is. Real. So I know this ain't my show. I'm just having to. It's been a little while in it, so I do apologize. But yeah, man, I'll let you take back over.
No, Premzy, nothing but love. And for those that don't know, me and Premzy, it's weird because we're so alike. And then I realized he's got the same birthday as me. So if he wasn't an Arsenal fan, he is my brother from another. But the only thing is the Arsenal Tottenham rivalry. But yeah, he's good people's, man. So everyone follow Premzy. I'm going to put the descriptions in the chat for all of these guys' channels and stuff. I haven't had a chance to do it yet, but I will do. And I'm going to go to Dash, the cheeky Dash of Dasher Sports. One of the funniest guys I know, honestly. He's good value for the love and the banner. If you haven't already, follow his Instagram. That's probably where you're going to see a lot of the jokes. He does a lot of like mishmash, Eddie Murphy style memes and all of this kind of shit. But anyway, Dash, I'm doing too much talking. Go ahead. Go ahead.
What's going on, bro? I echo Premzy as well, man. It's good to see you doing your thing. Yeah, it's about time because I'm always on to you. Put some stuff out. But yeah, man, we're here to chat the North London derby, and I'm ready. Blessed though.
I appreciate that. And the gal, I mean, to be fair, everyone that watches and is on Twitter should know Egal. Egal's one of the biggest Arsenal content creators out there. He divides opinion. I think he's a great guy. I think he's fantastic. He knows his football, but he does rattle other fan bases. But Egal, do your thing, man. Do your thing.
Listen, anybody who's positive about their club and defends their club is going to rattle other fan bases. Simple as. I see you guys do it, and I see other people do it all the time. So it's not just me. But one thing I will echo Premzy's thoughts. Bro, how long have we all been telling you, do your own channel, get it going, bring us on. We love to be on. And you know what? I think I've known you for like 4 or 5 years now. I think this is the second time I've been on your channel. So I appreciate it, bro.
Yeah, Gal, exactly. And to be fair, you guys should know that I value you highly because it took me ages to start a channel. I didn't really want to do it, but all of you guys were telling me, make sure you do it. And then when I did start the channel, I only had myself on to obviously grow my fan base. And the fact that I got you guys on shows how highly I rate you lot. But anyway, without further ado, we got my guy, Jords, the only Tottenham guy in there right now. We're outnumbered at the moment, bro. But I know you're gonna do me well. I know you're gonna do me justice. So yeah. How you doing, bro?
Pat, man, you already know when I'm a Spurs fan, it's us two. We're doing a double deal. We don't need no one else. We take on an army of Arsenal fans plenty of times on the terrace. Never a foul, Said, whatever channel it is, it's always me and Patrick doing the deal. So man, it's a welcome to be back. Pat knows
sadly, just to let you know, they've lost them battles as well. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Don't let it give it the big.
You can't win every scuff up in it, but I feel like we win the wars in it. We win the wars, but
exactly.
You know what?
It's
good
been
to be back. Like everyone said, man, Pat is it's good that you finally starting to get the channel off the board, and I know exactly how it feels, man. My channel's in construction, so
exactly.
we're getting there. But
I was about to say, I've got a bone to pick with you because you're like me. You've taken way too long to get your stuff popping. You're a well-known guy. You're doing good bits. But where the fuck is your channel? Excuse my French.
It's literally, I'm launching this week. So do your diaries. Make sure you start to get following. And yeah, man.
Don't be launching on a defeat, lad. Don't be launching on a defeat.
Don't.
It's gonna be a dark week if that's the case.
I know already. We've got the comments coming in. So come on, Tottenham. I'm waiting for you. So that's my guy Paddy. Whoa, what a panel. So yeah, that's respect to all of you lot. And then looking forward to this. So shout out to MKP0138. Thanks for jumping on. I'm not sure I've seen you in the chat before, so I appreciate you. If you're new here for the first time, like it says at the bottom, hit the subscription, smash a like, helps me as I'm growing. It's a brand new channel. But yeah, I think to be fair, we're gonna start with Premzy, I'll start with you, man. Obviously you lot have had a decent window from what I've seen as an outsider looking in. So that's the wrong thing. Apologies. Whereas, this is what I've seen. So David Raya, basically confirmed as a proper signing. Mika Marino, Calafiori, Neto goalkeeper, decent backup keeper, and obviously Sterling on loan, which was like last minute, last day. What's your thoughts, Prems? Do you think you've done enough to bolster your chances this season, and how do you think you're looking going into basically this game and the upcoming games now that the window's closed?
Do you know what? I don't think we've done enough to bolster our chances. I think it's kind of left us in the same place, to be honest with you, because ideally we needed a striker. Jesus injured all the time. Havertz, we don't know whether he's going to play drop in midfield or if he's going to be that number 9. So Eddie's gone. Now we've got an opportunity for a striker to come in and really take the reins, because I honestly believe that all this Arsenal team needed in the first 11, don't get me wrong, I'm not talking about the strength in depth on the bench and stuff like that. I'm just talking about in the first 11 with everyone fit. I think if we had a clinical striker, 25-goal striker, I think the league would be ours. And I think we've seen at times against Villa twice last season, we were the better team, more chances, couldn't finish our dinner. Look what happened. We ended up losing to them twice. So the window, you could say we've strengthened defensively with Calafiori coming in, because he can play left back or he can play left centre back, and I think that's good competition for Gabriel. He looks promising, but like I said, and you got to wait before you can jump on the hype train. You got to see what he like and what he's capable of doing in the Premier League before you can start saying, right, okay, because all we know, Kivio could be better than him in it. Really, we haven't seen that much of him. Yeah, I do believe he is going to be good. I think Raya signing him and the Ramsdale situation, it was surprising to most Arsenal fans, but we've completed that signing now, and I think it was only right for Ramsdale to move on because he's too good to be sitting on the bench. Neto coming in, he's got a loads of experience. Hopefully he's not going to have to play loads of games. Raya should be fit pretty much for the season. That's what I'm hoping. But then again, in football, fuck knows, and you don't know what's going to happen, innit? Again, Sterling one's a bit of a funny one because he's at an age of 29. we did ideally need a forward if it was a left winger, right winger, somebody who could play all them positions. So he does cover that kind of aspect of his game coming into the Arsenal. But is it somebody that's just coming to stay in London, get the money? Do you know what I mean? Because he might be getting money in Saudi, but he might just want the city, he might want his family to be here. So could that just be it? Or is he actually motivated to come here now, show Pep, show Chelsea now, fuck this, I'm going to come now, I'm going to win the league with Arsenal. And hopefully that's the Sterling we're going to get, because let's have it right, when Sterling's on fire, he's a top quality player, and he's not a poor player. However, when he's not on the level, he ain't that great. So we're gonna have to wait and see. I think now with Odegaard obviously getting injured, etc., and having a few injuries around the squad, the optimism I had going into the season, because I honestly thought we'd win the league this year, it started to wither a bit. I think the next 2 games we've got coming up, very, very vital, make or break for us.
And Frems, going back to what you said about a striker, who were you looking at? Who did you think was a realistic target, and who did you want in?
To be honest with you, I would have went and got Ivan Toney. I think realistically, that's somebody who we could have got. I think we would have got Ivan Toney. He would have given us a different dimension to our play as well. He's English. He knows the Premier League. He's a bagsman. You put him into that Arsenal team that's going to be creating chances. Ivan Toney will get you them goals. I'm not saying he has to come in and start every single game. If you want to change it up and put Havertz there or whatever, so on. But that gives us strength in depth. Not so expensive, and he's at a right age to be winning now. And I think we missed the trick on him. I think many teams have missed the trick on him, because allegedly the Saudi deal got stalled, etc., and he was thinking about if there was any possibility of coming to Arsenal. But in the end, it looked like Arsenal didn't want to go in for him, and I think that's a big detriment. And in the end, he might end up looking back at that when I'm thinking, oh, we fucked up there.
Yeah, no, you're right. I agree. I wanted Ivan Toney as well. I wanted Ivan Toney or Victor Gyökeres. Obviously, Dominic Solanke, we've got him. We'll have to see. The jury's out for me. I think Ivan Toney and Gyökeres are better players, but we'll see what Solanke does in our system. But yeah, I think that's a great shout. So Egal, I'll go to you.
Why do you call him Gyökeres? It's Gyökeres.
Gyökeres. That's the English thing, man. That's the English thing. We're bad at pronouncing things. So yeah.
No worries, bro. I'm terrible at pronouncing things too, man.
But Egal, same question that Premzy just finished. I'll go back to the incomings for you, just to refresh your memory.
I'll just keep it simple. Positives, we got in a defender, a midfielder, and an attacker. Negatives, they're slightly underwhelming, and I still feel like we didn't cover every basis. I wanted Eze. I documented. I wanted Eze. I felt like Eze covered more of our issues. He could play in Odegaard's position, and he could play in Saka's position. That's somebody who comes in and immediately gives us an upgrade in 2 key positions. Now that we've gotten Raheem Sterling, let's be honest, I don't really think Arteta's going to play Raheem Sterling in the 10, and I don't think we'd feel comfortable playing him in the 10 right away. So he is somebody who can play 2 positions. He can play on both wings, but it's not as exciting as potentially getting a Nico Williams or an Eze or somebody who's a little bit more ambitious. But it's still an improvement on Eddie Nketiah and Reece Nelson. Mikel Moreno, the jury's still out on Mikel Moreno in the sense of how much of an impact he will have. But if Man City are adding Gundogan to their side and we're adding Mikel Moreno, I would hope that he can give us a similar type impact to what Gundogan would bring to Man City. And Calafiori, he's supposed to change or help change the way that we defend from that whole left-hand side. We've seen it with Italy, what he's able to do, completely shutting out Olise in that game versus France, and I have high hopes for him. And plus, Timber is kind of like a new signing. I know people don't like saying stuff like that, but he hasn't really played much last season, so he's going to come into this team. And yeah, the main thing is everyone's going to be kind of gutted by the injuries and the suspensions, but we weathered this storm. I have a lot of high hopes for us still going on and having an amazing season. I don't think it's that ridiculous to say Man City away, Tottenham away. We could potentially still get a decent amount of points from that, and then after that we play Bolton and Leicester. So it's not the end of the world. But yeah, I'm quite content with the situation.
Okay, no, that's good to hear. And Dash, I'm gonna ask you, basically, Paddy. Shout out to Paddy's throwing a few questions in there. He said Arsenal have a good team bond. So this is going off what Premzy said, but I'll relay it back to you. Arsenal have a good team bond. Toney would have disrupted that. What's your thoughts on that? And basically, how do you feel about your window, incomings, outgoings, and where you're at right now?
I'll just quickly touch on the Tony thing because it's a bunch of speculation on whether or not he has this attitude problem or this and that. None of us are privy to that information in it. We just go by what the media's saying. We don't know the person from nowhere. What I will say is, like, it was a bit surprising that no one else also went in for him or ended up getting him in the Premier League. So I don't know if that's a telling sign. But I think we're just in a situation because we were so desperate to have a striker, we probably would have accepted anyone that come in, you know what I mean? But we all know that we needed a striker, we want a striker, but I think Arteta's maybe looking at it and saying that maybe the right striker's not out there. In terms of the transfer window itself, you see, when it comes to the window, I'm just like, I just try and chill and sit back because we never get the player that we want in it. Because all the time, apart from maybe Rice last season, that was the most like coveted player that we went for. Nonetheless, most times we never know what Arteta's going to go for, what Edu's going to go for, and then we just wait around and see what players coming into the squad. So I think history is just showing us that we've had like the likes of Ben White, Tomiyasu. None of these players we actually thought we were going to be going in for them, and then they turned out to be decent players. So let's just see what these players like Moreno, Fiori, Timber, what they end up doing. The Sterling one, I know obviously Edu's been public with Eddie what he said about Sterling getting him on the last minute, but I think that's going to be a really, really good signing. But I do agree with Premzy, like we're still yet to see what Sterling we're going to get. So if he's here to really knuckle down and show like the world that he's still a good player, then we're going to get a brilliant Sterling. But if he's just here just to obviously be in London and whatnot, then I don't know. We don't know what kind of Sterling we're going to get.
All right, now, well said, Dash. Appreciate that. And as you can see, Deji's joined the crew. So we've got Deji in the house, my guy. So this guy is, I think you're on mute at the moment, Deji, but Deji's brilliant, man. I had to bring him in. This guy has, yeah, I can hear you now.
He's controversial too.
Yeah,
give him the same intro as me.
He's got wild takes, but I love him, man. Honestly, he knows his stuff. But the thing I love about Deji is he's not afraid to put his money where his mouth is, and he doesn't sit on the fence. He says it how it is. He says how he feels, irrespective of what other people think. But yeah, Deji, take it away, man. Thank you for coming on.
New background too, big up.
Someone that I love.
Yeah, looking hard.
Hearing their thoughts. But yeah, Deji, how you doing, bro? How are
Miami Vice?
Yeah, I'm good, bro. Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. Big up to the panel as well. You know, it's good to see some Arsenal faces here as well. I promise I'll try and be nice. Jords, my other brother there, big up to you, man. Yeah, bro, I'm good. I just want to, I was just saying on Never a Foul, I kind of want this weekend to come and go. You know, we talk and the anticipation. I'm expecting a lot from our club this weekend. I feel like we've had a good start to the season. Maybe the results don't really show it, but we have been playing some good football. Where I think Arsenal's on the flip side. I think Arsenal have been dusty, to be honest with you. Dusty like Tutankhamun. But, you know, they've managed to get the points, you know, and the points hide the cracks. You ask an Arsenal fan, you know, are you happy with their performances? A real Arsenal fan will tell you, no. I watched them beat a Wolves team that don't eat meat. They should have got snapped up by Aston Villa. And they got turned around by Brighton. And then I'm supposed to shake my bum. I'm supposed to shake my bum because Muller rice, jollof rice, jasmine rice, do you get me? Some sort of rice, depending on what part of the world you're from, is missing this game. And then all of a sudden now we ain't got left guard, right guard, Asgard is out the door, and we should be shaking our bum for them. The fact of the matter is Arsenal, I've said, and I think the Arsenal brothers will agree, you man are more Spursy than Spurs. Spurs can be Spursy, but you man are worse. Because you needed to bring in a striker. I like to see Arsenal at their very best. I want you guys to be competitive. To go through the transfer window and you haven't got a striker don't make sense to me. The fact that you needed a proper winger, you're not shaking your bum for Raheem Sterling. Well, you keep shaking your bum there. Do you know what I mean? You didn't bring in what you needed. As for Spurs, whether you like what we brought in, we did replace. Alderweireld is a replacement. I think that's a young talent. I think he's an upgrade on Brennan Johnson, so that's a tick. We needed a striker, anyone that was better than Richarlison. I like Richarlison, but you know, half the chances he's missed, Solanke bangs. So we've improved. And people are discrediting the fact that we do domination in the location, dominating teams off the park. Crazy, 68% possession. Do you get what I'm saying? And George, you will agree, minimizing the opposition chances. So there is an improvement at my club. So when I look at Arsenal this weekend, I lick my lips. I can't wait. I can't wait to slap you, man, up. But there's no Ben Davis on the pitch or Burner Boy.
Sorry, man, I just had to laugh.
And there's none of that. So for me, whether you had Jasmine Rice, Muller Rice, Asgard on the pitch, it would have been one-way traffic anyway, in my opinion. So for me, I can't wait, bro. I don't want to do too much talking, but I can't wait.
Well, yeah, I think, Deji, you've already done a lot of talking. And to be fair,
I was about to say, I just be taking minutes for about 5 minutes there, lad.
That's why I love Deji, though. That's why, but I can't lie. I don't feel as confident, and I'm not as basically bold as Deji right now. I think Arsenal, fantastic team.
No, he's got a point, Patty. Sorry to cut you. He has got a point. Our performances have not been great. Let's have it right. And I'm the first one to say it because I call it as it is. You get me? When we're shit, we're good. I say it as I see it. Really and truly, our performances haven't been great. I think in the last game, before Rice got sent off, we were seeing Arsenal starting to gel a little bit. That was the best. That first half was the best I've seen Arsenal this season. Obviously, you get sent off. This shit happens in football, innit? You get me? So it is what it is. But ideally, really and truly, where you are and where we are, we're light years away in it, really. Even without Rice and Odegaard, we should still be beating you. However, it's a North London derby in it. When these games come around, we've had it in the past. We were better than you for many years, bro. And even in them games, sometimes you will come out better than us. Sometimes we will draw. So, like, sorry, bro, what is it, Deji?
Yeah, bro.
Deji, like Deji said, you know, it's gonna be a tasty game, innit? Dad, your fans are looking forward to it. You get me? We're looking forward to it. We're just gonna have to.
Deji, are you going to the game?
Can I answer? Yeah, well, I hope to. I hope to go to the game. I can go, but I'm gonna probably see what is gonna work for me. But can I just quickly answer a question? Because I've heard Arsenal fans say that even without the two players, you should be able to do it. I'm not being funny. When I look at Arsenal's starting lineup and I look at Newcastle's, look at Arsenal's attack and Newcastle's midfield and attack. I think Newcastle's midfield and attack is more scary than yours. What, Martinelli? Martinelli's been absolute rubbish. You've got Havertz. I don't really rate Havertz as a striker. Saka, okay, he's all right.
So that explains why you lost.
Odegaard.
It's not proved it over the last 2 seasons.
I can't lie. Let's be real here. He's not making a bad point. Newcastle have a good
So 1 second. I don't care what you're scared of, because we clearly know that he's not scared of nobody. He thinks Tottenham is one of the best teams in the country. So we already know where he stands when it comes to logic, when it comes to what level of quality.
We were the best team in the country last year, so we weren't far off.
Sorry?
We were the 5th best team in the country last season. So
where were we?
You shaking your bum about?
And where were we?
You were 2nd, yeah. And we were under new management, and you're 5 years deep. So what are you shaking your bum about?
Oh, okay.
So what gives you the confidence? What gives you the confidence that you're going to beat us?
I just need to know one thing.
Let me tell you.
I just need to know one thing, Deji. What do you care more about? Being a scary team or being effective? Because we're a more effective team than Newcastle. I can tell you that.
Well, this is the point I'm trying to make. So you see, Egal, what you do a lot, and I know it's this thing. You do this little Stevie Wonder, Ray Charles thing where you can't see. Yeah. Well, I'll help.
I literally asked you a simple question.
Let me tell you, tonight we're here to help. Yeah. If you can't see,
don't dodge the question though.
Yeah,
what's more important?
Look, real talk. The brother just said you lot ain't been great. So I don't know why your chest is upset.
And we still have more points than you.
No,
we don't need to be great at this stage. We don't need to be great at this stage.
You've limped over the line. Bro, let me tell you, when you
lost the game.
When you're performing poorly,
already
you get found out. When you perform poorly, eventually you get found out.
Yeah. I imagine we're not performing well, but we're getting the points that we need.
What I'm trying to say with my eyes, with my eyes, I watched Tottenham 2 seasons ago and last season. We got bullied by Newcastle because of the physicality and because of the intensity.
What happened against Arsenal?
Now, when we play them this season, I watched my club bully them in terms of physicality and intensity. Bro, the losing thing is all right for me. In season 2,
this can't be all right.
Listen,
he's talking about bullying a team away from home. He lost
brothers. In Arteta's 2nd season, you lot finished 8th. So stop laughing.
But don't compare it like that.
We
can't compare it. Why are you comparing it like that?
Bro, listen.
One second.
We are
Bro, you man have been building for years and years and years,
Deji,
and you've not done
Deji,
nothing,
you're
bro.
all
So
over the
come
place.
on.
You're scrambling.
Come on,
You're
man.
scrambling. You know
You
what
man are building on the Harry.
One
Ransack
second
you
you
didn't do nothing.
mentioned.
You
One
man are
second you
building on the
mentioned.
Pochettino.
One
You
second
didn't
you
do nothing.
mentioned 6 years. Next second you're mentioning 8 years ago.
Bro,
Which one is it?
Can I just finish? Yeah. So
Go
Tottenham fans, we can see the progress in the style of play. If we're all being genuine, we know that there's two issues as to why Spurs haven't got maximum points. There's been a lapse in concentration with Romero in 2 matches, really, and we haven't finished off our dinner. That's it. But sooner or later, we are gonna start finishing off our dinner, and then it is really low. As for you man have been dusty. My brother just said it, and my concern is when I look at that Arsenal team, there's no wow factor. There isn't.
Bro,
The
our
back
bad
line is
performances
high,
is your
but
ceiling.
everything else is pretty dry, in my opinion.
One second.
So where's the wow factor? Where's the wow factor in your team?
We talk about Tottenham struggling to score goals, but we scored more goals than you. Can you imagine?
Because you scored 4 per
Can you imagine
Everton.
that, bro?
You played
Bro,
Everton.
We've scored more goals than you, and we're struggling to score. Let that sink in.
And how many goals have you conceded?
Let that sink in, bro.
How many goals
That's
have you
the thing,
conceded?
Bro,
One second. How many goals?
how
have you
many
conceded?
chances on goal? Even in the Villa game, against Arsenal, you should
we've
have lost
definitely
that.
conceded way less chances on goal
bro.
than you.
No, you haven't.
We've
No,
definitely
you haven't.
conceded way less chances on goal than you.
haven't.
We've only
You
conceded
conceded a
one
bag
goal.
of chances against Wolves. Let's be real. Could have easily been a draw. You should have
Bro,
lost to Villa if football
You
was
drew
fair.
against Leicester.
And you could have lost to Brighton. Let's be real, bro.
Bro,
But anyway,
one second. Your
I
eye
digress.
test is clearly lying because we've only conceded 1 goal. We have a much better defense than you. Your attack is all this potent attack. You scored 4 past Everton. You scored 1 versus Leicester, and you scored 1 versus who's the other
Egal.
team?
Egal.
Newcastle.
This is one.
So this
Egal.
amazing attack out of 2 games couldn't save your
think-
ass.
To
And
be
your
fair, I
amazing
think
defense only kept 1 clean sheet.
just to keep a
Unfortunately,
bit of
Deji, I have
order.
to go, but all I gotta say is stay consistent. If you're gonna criticize Arsenal and big up Tottenham, at least have better underlining numbers than us.
Egal, have
But
some
yo,
shame,
Nando.
bro. Have some. Pat, can I just say one more thing, though?
Yeah,
please?
yeah.
I promise to keep my mouth shut. Have some shame, Egal. Have some shame. Arsenal have been lucky in their 3 games. At least
Lucky.
acknowledge that. I don't mind people
Lucky.
being a little bit. You,
Come
bro,
on, man.
when
Let's have better
Watkins,
conversations than this.
bro,
Then we're
bro,
lucky.
bro,
And
when
Tottenham are unlucky.
Watkins missed those 2 chances, were they not luck?
They got to finish their dinner. That's not our problem.
Yeah, so is that not luck then?
What do you mean?
Okay, so you're
Had
dry. So
Watkins
Declan
scored
Rice's
those 2
red card.
chances, you lose
1
to
second.
Villa, true or
Declan
false?
Rice's red card. Is that unlucky?
Yes, it is, bro. It is unlucky. I
Okay,
would say
so
that.
then why is it
unlucky.
one way and then it's not the other way?
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying look at the context of the situation. Arsenal have not been great, bro. And then you're gonna come to my
And
club.
Tottenham
To
haven't
my
been
club
great.
and
You've
do
only
what?
won 1 game.
Anyway, look, Pat, sorry, I just wanted to get that off my chest.
Yeah, well, Egal, thank you for coming
Anyways,
on.
bro,
I appreciate
we're gonna
it.
beat you guys. It's gonna be a 2-0 win. We're coming to your house again for 3
Okay.
years in a
Oh,
row to
geez.
beat you
You
again.
know what?
Damn.
We're
I'm
gonna
clip-
keep a goddamn clean sheet.
I'm
And
clipping
all
this.
you guys are going to be sitting there saying, how did they do it to us again?
27-58.
Set piece goal from Gabriel Magalhaes. Once again, on the counter, Bukayo Saka goal, and you guys won't have a sniff on goal. And if you
Jeez.
do, it'll
Okay.
be because Son is clinical. But really and truly, I do think you're going to keep a clean sheet. Your midfield won't be a problem. We'll let you have the ball. We'll let you have the whole day. And you know what's going to happen?
We're going to keep a clean
We're just
sheet.
going to suffocate you in the right area of the pitch, win the ball, quick counter, you're finished. Anyways, guys, I'm out of here.
All right, Egal, take care, man. See you later. Take care.
Is Egal talking football or football manager?
You know what? Just a quick one. I don't know why I've not been able to put you guys' names on the bottom of the screen. It's really annoying me. I've been messing around behind the scenes and it's not coming up. It's really frustrating because when I've checked the settings, it's on. So it's annoying because obviously for people that haven't seen Deji or, Dash or Premzy before here, it's good that they know the name. So I don't know what's going on, but yeah.
I think it was on before, but it's come up.
Was it on before? Because I've been
Yeah,
messing around. Was it there? Because I couldn't see it.
There.
That's
I
why.
think you
Okay.
clicked it
All right.
off.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. Then. So yeah, we kind of lost a bit of We had Deji and Egal going back and forth, so we kind of lost a bit of where we are. But that's all right. 1 second. Let me just go back to what people are saying. So Deji. Oh, okay. Jay saying guarantee a major trophy by 2028. Can you do that, Deji? I don't know if this guy knows you from another stream or.
Basically, what I've been saying is, I'm hoping that if Postecoglou shows progression every season, that means we finish a place above the previous year. then by 27, 28, we could be winning the league, in my opinion, under Postecoglou, if supported right. And I don't see why not. Do you get me? So, yes, we can win a major trophy by 2028.
Okay, wicked. Can you not hear me still?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, George, I'm going to go to you. I know you've been chilling respectfully in the cart, just enjoying other people's opinions and views. I want to come to you.
I love Deji's entrance.
Deji just come in on crud. When you got Deji and Egal on the same stream, it can go either way. It can go, it's been good. But going back to what I was thing. So basically, I'm going to ask you the same question I asked the Arsenal contingent. What do you think of our window? Did you see any holes that weren't addressed? And how confident do you feel going into the season with the window that we've had?
Deji's killing me.
Hey, Deji just stripped.
He went and reloaded.
Man had to reload the kit.
You have to, man. It's home ground settings. We're making you feel uncomfortable.
That's it. Yeah. So just for the people that are listening,
don't make me put my camera on.
Hey, Premzy, bring the kit, bro. Bring the black one.
Lie, yo. I'm about five tuggies deep. You get me, bro? I ain't looking to be nowhere.
So George, just to go back to you. So obviously we've got Wilson Odobert in, Dominic Solanke, Timo Werner, and Archie Gray, and then we got Min Hook Yang that's coming in January, the right winger. So yeah, what's your thoughts, man? And how do you feel? Yeah, Lucas Berger, I don't know why he's not on that picture. Apologies, I didn't put him in there. But yeah,
it's fine. It's fine. You know what? The transfer window for me was a bit underwhelming. I'm not gonna lie. I do feel like we filled some holes in the team, as in we got a striker in Dom Solanke, we got a right winger. I was actually under the impression at the start of the window that we were gonna make a star signing right winger. So I was looking, like Egal said, at a potential player like Eze. I got, once we signed Solanke, Eze probably didn't fit in the team so well. So I still wanted to go out there and get someone who was proven, maybe a Bakayoko, maybe I ain't even got the names in my head right now. Nico Williams. Like, I just wanted someone of a higher caliber, someone who was proven on that wing to come into the team, someone who can,
Nico Williams. Nico Williams.
I wanted a player of that caliber. That's what I'm saying. I wanted a player that
Nico Williams, Rafinha.
I already knew.
I do hear what you said.
I knew after Euros he wasn't going to come to Spurs. His name is a bit too bright right now. But someone of that level, I was looking to sign someone like that. So Odobert is a bit underwhelming. But I'm not going to write off the kid. He looks good, and as per the data, it looks like the team just sort of followed the data and worked their way down the list, and we end up with a kid that he's really good at his take-ons, but the final third, it's been a bit like the final ball's not there at the moment. Whenever I've seen him so far this season, he can beat his man, but whenever it comes to putting the ball in the box or taking a shot, it's going high, it's going wide, and it's what you expect of a young player. He ain't got the end product, and it's not clean. But some of the other players, Lucas Bergvall, I think that's a star in the making. I'm not going to lie. I'll put my neck on the line and say it. I think he's going to be one of our best players, and potentially, I think he can take Maddison's spot by next season. If Maddison don't step up sharp and fix up his performances and maintain his consistency, because he has been good. Maddison's been really good in the first 3 games, and I've liked how he's been, but you've seen Andrew's willing to take him off and bring Bergvall on because he knows this kid has got he's got some firepower and he's got the ability to create, man. I like him in that 10 position. He's really comfortable on the ball, silky, my type of player. But overall, man, I think that transfer window is a bit underwhelming. Probably would rate it like a 6 out of 10 for me. I feel like we needed to bring in some better players, maybe a centre back, a left back, bolster the squad a bit more in preparation for the Europe season with Europe and trying to battle on all fronts, because I'm not being funny. I'm trying to win a trophy this year. Like, that's the aim every season. Go out there and win a trophy. And right now, I think that we have a good enough first team to do it, but do we have a good enough squad? With a few injuries, our squad's going to fall apart. I see Premzy smiling right now, but they've got 2 injuries to their team right now, and that midfield's looking rather weak.
That's what I'm laughing about as well.
Looking rather mid-table right now, so it's a bit techie, isn't it? A few injuries can kill your team.
The thing about Jords,
honestly, hindsight, innit? We'll have to wait and see.
Jords, honestly, you know you don't believe that though, in terms of us being mid-table, even if we got our injuries.
No, I said your midfield is a mid-table. Without those two, without your two, Partey, Jorginho, or Zinchenko, Partey.
Our team can cope though. Our team can cope.
I think the only reason you
more than enough to cope
is because you have a good enough defense. But outside of that, that attack and midfield that you're going to deploy this weekend, let's be real, very unproven, has never worked together, because last season you guys played a team that had managed consistent throughout the whole year. Barely any injuries to the likes of Saka, Odegaard.
I agree. I do agree.
They all played together. So when you're going to have 3 or 4 players coming into the system that have never played together or played a couple games, played a couple training, you're going to have maybe Jorginho, Partey, and I don't know who you're going to play in the 10. People are saying Jesus. Like, this is not a combination your team has seen before. So when they're coming up against
Partey and Jorginho, that's a combination.
Yeah. But the reason why I said that is because we have the players that are more than capable. Yeah, it might not go on for a long stretch of games. But if we're talking about like a one-off or 2-game stint, we've got talented players. So the drop-off might be, compared to Odegaard, it might be a bit of a drop-off, but we've still got players that are more than capable of doing it.
The drop-off's big. The drop-off is big. Let's have
the way that I see it, and the way I'm looking at it is Odegaard and Declan Rice were your number 1 and 2 best players last year. Let's be honest. They were literally your 2 best performers, most consistent players, and always put out a 7 out of 10 plus performance. Maybe Odegaard not at the start of the season, but when he picked up, he was firing. One of the best midfielders in the league.
But you just touched on it. Obviously, defensively, we're really good defensively. So it could just be a game where defense wins us the game. You know what I mean? So for me, I'm not really too bothered.
I mean,
there's going to be goals in this game. There's always goals in the North London derby, and it is just really and truly, like I said, we're just going to have to wait and see, because many times before I thought a certain way about Arteta, and he's proven me wrong or made me think twice. Like you said, bro, I was probably the first fan to scream it, Arteta out. You get me? That's the truth, bro. That is the actual truth. So I'm smart enough.
You stuck with him.
Yeah, because I'm smart enough to focus on what's in front of me, and I've got no agenda. I could be wrong 1 million times, and I'm not asked. As long as my team is doing well, that's all that I'm bothered about.
And that's why I respect that, because that's what we're seeing with my club. So I always use Arsenal as the yardstick, saying if it's good enough for Arsenal, then it's got to be good enough for Spurs. Postecoglou in his first season, despite the fact that he worked in Japan, Australia, and Scotland, got 5th with Spurs. That's pretty good. If Spurs is this crap team,
to be fair, I like Ange. I do like Ange. I think there's a lot of positives with Spurs putting up, obviously, with banter and that. Like, I'd be honest with you, I can't really banter and stuff like that, because either I'm happy or I'm raging, and is one or the other in it. That's just the truth of the matter in it. So I try not to stay away from all the banter, because my thing is, bro, text me and we'll deal with it. You get me? So I try not to, do you know what I mean? So I just try to keep it to football in it. And I think Tottenham, they're a good team, bro. Like, they are a good team. They can develop under Poch. They've got a stadium. There's promising things there if you take all the banter aside. But if you have it right, if you look where Arsenal is and you look where Tottenham is, there is no comparison at the moment where both clubs are. You've said it yourself. You're on a building job in it. Right now, Arteta's been in this job for a good few years. We've been challenging City, the best team for me, I think, in world football for 2 years. Finishing 5 and 2 points off, I don't think it's that bad.
No.
And look, go on. Sorry, bro.
No, I was gonna say you carry on, bro. I wanted to give you your flowers for that and say, look, at least we're gonna have sensible talk. So go on, carry on, bro. Sorry.
But like this is what it is, bro. Like, going into this game, every Arsenal fan, I don't care what anyone says, they are hesitant a little bit, because, like we've stated,
I'm not, Premzy. I'm not,
maybe not yourself, but me personally, if we was at home, it's a little bit of a different story. But when you go away from home, you get me. I've been around football long enough. I've watched many North London derbies. I've been to them home and away. I understand it's a different atmosphere that can get generated in the crowd, and you need players on the pitch.
Sorry, Premzy. You know what I give Arteta though, because he does. It's not like a Wenger days where you just go in there headless chicken and you just playing the game as how you see it. I think Arteta does look at games and will prepare and know that.
No, we are
lacking.
We are different from that period. We are different from the Wenger period, 100%. But if you look at it, bro, over the last couple of years, we've conceded the most red cards than any other team. So that just shows, your head can go at times. And in games like this, you need players of Rice's quality and Odegaard who have that level-headedness to them, where they can be on the pitch and say, right, look, no, you get me, stop it here. You got what I'm saying? If we bring Enweri onto the pitch and he's young and he's in that, you don't know what could happen in it. So for me, as an Arsenal fan, obviously I love my team very dearly, so I take every game so serious and I analyze it properly. I'm confident, don't get me wrong, but you can't just look at Tottenham in a derby game. For me, I think is the best derby in the Premier League and just take it lightly.
I
You have to
agree.
look at the weaknesses you've got. You got to look at the weaknesses they've got. And if we have it right, look, results have buttered over quite a few cracks for us, but it shows how much of a good team and character we got to still get through, because years ago we would never win ugly. You get me? And people will criticize us for that. Now
And that's
people criticize us for
what I'm
winning ugly.
relying on.
So,
And that's how I'm seeing it. I'm just like, I can't see that Arteta's gonna go into this game and just be gung ho and just, you know what I mean, throw caution to the wind like that with the players that we have. It's a massive miss of Odegaard and Rice. I kid you not. I totally
100%.
understand that.
Look, the bit of solace I'm getting with Jorginho coming in is a Champions League winner. This guy has got experience, you get me? So that gives me a little bit, and I'm not the biggest fan of him. Don't get it twisted. I'm not the biggest fan of this guy, but I'd rather have him coming in than a Sambi Lokonga in it. Like, do you understand what I'm trying to say? So
There you go.
with what we've got, we should, in my opinion, we should still be able to beat Tottenham, because I don't think Tottenham's team, even with their 11, even if we did throw a Jorginho in there, put Trossard in the 10, played Havertz in the 10, whoever it might be, I still don't think their team should be able to beat us at this point. You get
Why?
me?
Why shouldn't we, Prems? But I need to understand why, because if you look so if you look at our performances so far this season, like Deji pointed out, we smother teams. We've been the team with the most possession held in 67%. If you don't know that, in the whole of Europe, we've controlled the most of our games. Where we've lacked is just a few lapses in concentration. And there's just a few times in our defense, like I said, we do concede goals. I'm not going to sit here and say, like Egal, we're going to keep a clean sheet or anything like that, because I'm not confident in my defense enough to know that we can stop your attack consistently. But I do know that your attack has plenty of players who we've seen against Aston Villa, we've seen against Brighton. They can't put the ball in the back of the net sometimes. They're not finishers.
I do get that, bro, but these same players scored the most goals in the Premier League last season, innit? So, like, there's a hindsight.
They did. Do you know what it is though? I've said for a while now, some of these players they've like outperformed their actual level. We saw 2 seasons ago Martinelli scored 16 Premier League goals, and I told people he will never do this again. That is not his level. He overexceeded his.
I hear what you're saying, but like you're saying, what I'm saying is, like you're saying with your stats there that they put up on that Patty put up on the screen about 60% possession, etc. These are facts, in it. What I'm saying, in it. So even though you might say, "Oh, they like this or like that," the bottom of the line is last season these man put the most balls in the back of the net. So really and truly, that I want a gunman as well, in it. Like, this is what I'm trying to say. This is when I say Arteta proves me wrong as a fan at times, because sometimes I just got to go with it, because, like I said, bro, I was dying for a striker. Probably dying for a fucking striker 3 years ago, bro.
That's down to. No, just really quickly. Wouldn't you say that's down to your system? I feel like you're set up similar to Liverpool. You don't need to have clinical strikers because you create so many chances. Your system is good.
I'm just saying of what you were saying, because you was just saying before then that these players, you've seen them miss chances and not put the ball in the back of the net. And what I'm trying to say is, regardless of the system or not, these guys are putting the ball in the back of the net.
Yeah, Trossard, Saka, Havertz, they're scoring goals.
You've seen me. I don't know if you was on the show or not, but you've seen me and Saba arguing about Havertz, bro. I didn't even want this guy at the football club. You get me? But I'm big enough to say, you know what, the guy's coming. He's done all right. You get me? He's got more than 15 goal contributions. He's got more than 15 goal contributions, something that I did not have expected to do. So then again, Arteta so far has proved me wrong to a certain degree.
Havertz scored against you lot last season.
Cheeky,
at your ground.
So when I say I think Arsenal, that you shouldn't be able to beat us now, is because really, truly, if you beat us and City beat us, or City draw with us, or we don't get, if in my opinion we don't win both games, or we don't beat you or draw against City, bro, I think it's done for us. And people might be saying, "Oh, you're speaking too early," but I'm just realistic. And this title race, is very fine margins, bro, and you can't fuck up at any point. So when you do, this City team are just going to grab it and they're just going to run with it. So when I say that, really and truly, if you do beat us, bro, the title's gone for us. We have to win the title this season. So you shouldn't be able to beat us this year. And if you do, then like I said, bro,
fair dues, isn't it? Fair dues.
That's a fair statement. I guess for me, the reason why I come with a little bit of chess, the Sheiky, is because when we came to your gaff, for me, I think Spurs were the better team. The first team to play Arsenal off the park. Have more ball, and then we got the draw. And then Spurs fans knew the game at our gaff. We knew before kickoff it was going to be long when we saw that Ben Davis was at left back. And that game still finished 3-2. And we scored a legit goal in Van der Ven that was ruled offside. And we only lost 3-2. And so I'm looking this weekend, toe to toe Tottenham scored 2 goals past Arsenal twice. Do you get what I'm saying? And for me, the difference is that we didn't have Udogie. People talk about the importance of Van de Ven. I think the most important player in Tottenham's back line is Udogie because
he's a bad man. I like him.
He's a bad man and he needs to stop Saka. He was there at the game, the 2-2, Udogie was playing. The 3-2, Udogie wasn't playing. And we know that Tottenham is going to have more ball possession because that's the style of play. And Arteta has adapted Arsenal's play to allow Spurs to have the ball.
Well, let me tell you though, bro, ball possession ain't everything, bro. You're speaking to an Arsenal man that's seen Wenger with 70% ball possession all the time and he didn't do nothing, bro, half the time. So best believe.
But with ball possession, you're close. And I guess for me, I'm still scarred from the Conte days where he had our players running around like Kenyan marathon runners. You get me? We were chasing
Jose Mourinho as well. 32% possession and stuff like that.
For me, this total Spurs brother gets it right. For me, the Newcastle game, Newcastle could have easily lost that game if we just scored. We had clear-cut chances to score. If Tottenham have their finishing boots on, it's long for Arsenal, in my opinion. Even with Ben Davies on the pitch, we had you man rattled last year. In fact,
so the deficiency lies with you guys, then, isn't it? The deficiency lies with you guys.
I don't know. For me, I'll be honest with you. Arsenal don't beat Spurs this weekend.
I'm going to come in here and caveat this. I'm not sure about all of this. I think for us, to be fair, the 3-2 game last year, they were 3-0 up within 35 minutes.
I was going to say that, yeah, there's context to it as well.
There was a known goal, right? There was a known goal.
They took their foot off the gas. Let's be honest. I was in the stadium and I couldn't believe I was shell-shocked at half-time. It was like land of the fucking living.
We were really unfortunate, though, after we scored that Van de Ven goal.
No, we were. Højbjerg, I mean,
of the game.
Obviously the set pieces killed us. The Højbjerg own goal to begin with was just a weird, unfortunate circumstance. But if we're being honest as well, and just talking as an honest fan, they were 3-0 up with 45 minutes to go. They took their foot off the gas. And yeah, Romero, great job intercepting the ball and scoring. Obviously, we scored in the 87th minute from a Son penalty. So the game was already kind of gone anyway. So the 3-2 is, yes, we came back, but realistically, Arsenal.
This is why I love Patrick. To get me, because most Tottenham fans ain't saying that.
Yeah, they're not saying that.
Keep it real. Like
I don't think anyone was celebrating that 3-2 game or anything.
No one was celebrating it. But obviously, the context behind it is that Arsenal were already done. The game was already done at half time. Like, you could have just walked out, and you would have known we lost the game. The 2-2 game at your ground to begin with, early doors, that was a really good game. And I remember going into it. Not you guys, you're level-headed, but people like Egal were saying, if you play like that, we're going to beat you 5-0 and all of this shit. And obviously it was a really good game, toe-to-toe. You lot scored, then we went 2-1 up, and then obviously you came back into it. And I just think for us this year, I need to see a bit more from Ange. In these big games against the good teams like yourselves, your Man Cities, Newcastle to a degree, we dominated them, but we didn't take our chances. I just need to see some tactical, tactical nous, some adaptability, some learning, some, second season.
No, he's not going to adapt it because Arteta did the same thing.
Yeah, and this is
what he's trying to do is ingrain the style of play. Once it becomes second nature, it's second nature for the players that were there last season, but the new players need to understand the style. Once we understand the style, that's when the adaptation will come in. So we're not going to have the adaptation until January, February at the earliest. But once that is in play, then he will tinker around the edges. That's why he's not stressed. It's a process. Arteta showed us that is a process. Even though Arsenal haven't really won anything, I still like the fact that they can speak with chest. They're one of the best teams in world football at the moment because they follow the plan. We need to stick to the plan. We start faffing around with it now. Postecoglou comes out, we start all over again. No, I'm tired of that. I want Tottenham to just do their thing. So we have to trust the process.
But would you not stay as patient knowing that there is that monkey in your back in regards to winning a trophy? Because the fan base obviously demanding winning silverware. Would that give Postecoglou that time to build on? Would you not give him that time?
I
was just going to say, you just have to look at what Ange says in his press conferences. He's pretty confident. He's the one that come out and said, I usually win in my second season. He puts the pressure on himself. I don't think Ange is looking outside of the board and feeling any pressure because he wants to perform. He is a manager that probably will be hard on himself if he doesn't win a trophy in 3 years. I think he's probably the type of manager who'd resign from their job if they're not performing to the level that they need. So I expect that within the coming seasons, if it's not this year, that we build upon the level and start to take it to that place where we are consistently challenging. But I think Ange, like he has pointed out, it is a project. He does want to build from young. He wanted, similar to what Arteta wanted to do. You have to respect. They wanted to bring in young players so they can take a few years and build to the.
Can I just jump in here because can I jump in because what people don't seem to realize is that Arteta came in and didn't play his style of play straight away. Arteta went to a back five for that most of that season. And even
though, innit?
Yeah, but even at the start of the next season, he still threw a back five in there. So Arteta, what I'm trying to say is obviously I know you're trying to compare the process of you want to kind of do what Arsenal have done, like we want to do what Man City have done in it. There's no shame in saying it. These guys are above us, and they're winning. The Man City winning the title, and that's where we want to go. But with the Ange situation, Ange hasn't come in and adapted the team to what the players' style is. Ange has come in and imprinted his style of play on the players, regardless of what players he has. So it's very different. It could go very tits up for Ange very quickly because he might get all his players in. I like him. I think he's going to do okay. But I'm saying it could do that where Arteta tried to steady the ship. He came in, he won an FA Cup in his first season by really rocking a back five and steadying a ship. You might laugh, but Arteta played every single FA Cup game. Unai Emery didn't start playing any of them. Arteta managed every single one. So it doesn't matter, bro. People might come in half of the way. It doesn't matter if it's his team. You still got to do the job, bro. What do you mean? It's his team. Come on, bro. That's childish.
No, because this is a completely like you said. He's got a completely different team to what it is now. Bro, just like Postecoglou, his team, the one you're saying he's trying to adapt. Tottenham aren't the same team. The one that Conte had. If you look at
so if Arne Slot comes in and wins, if Arne Slot comes in and wins something and what a Carabao Cup, that's Klopp's team. No, the guys had to do it himself. Do you know what I mean? I understand if he came and Emery would have played 2-3 games in the FA Cup, then fair enough, got him to the quarterfinals. Not every round he played, you know what I'm saying? So you got to give him his fair dues. But what I'm saying is Arteta came to the team. Fans like me couldn't fucking see it, bro. I'm losing my shit at AFTV outside the ground and that. I'm thinking, Raz, you're fucking mad. I'm seriously thinking, Raz, I'll be sitting here, under Wenger, and don't get it twisted. I love Wenger, but he needed to walk. You get me? We've not been winning shit for fucking years. And the next thing you know now, they sign somebody who, bro, he's got no managerial experiences. We're rocking up fucking 8th twice in a row, and you've got nothing to go off, bro. Man's losing my shit. So I couldn't see anything. I was blinded by a lot of it. But now when I take a step back and actually see where we've come, because I've had the benefit of doing that. Obviously, we've still not won that big trophy yet, and that's something that we need to get. But right now, as a club, we've definitely moved forward.
Much different, different feel in the club, innit? Different
in
feel.
The right thing. But I think Arteta came in, and I don't think he did what he had to do straight away in the aspect of his own plan. I think he tried to change the club around more, the atmosphere, the fact. I think he tried to really go in and change the whole structure around. When he started getting his players in, then you started to see Arteta play the way he wants to play. Even into his third season, you didn't really see it fully until Kieran Tierney got swapped and Zinchenko coming. You've seen a total new style of play, and that's the way Arteta wanted to play. So it does take some time, and you got to adapt as well. Sometimes it's not just about playing your way all the time, and it's always going to work, because that was a problem Wenger had, and we had that issue for years and years and years. You get me? We could never adapt in a game, or change it up. We were just either you didn't know what Arsenal was going to turn up. You know what I mean?
Hey, Premzy, we've even got a song now as well, pre-match song. So
What's
changed up.
North London forever. That's crap.
Come on, man. That's a banger right there.
Going off.
That is so cheesy. But
I love how you lot react to it. That's the fun part of it.
The awful song.
But like I said, it's going back to your Spurs though. You've got young players in the squad. It is going to take time to develop in it. And with any team, even with Man United as well. I say this to Saeed and all the other brothers that obviously support United. Regardless of what, United will come back up to the top because they'll always spend money. They'll always spend money. And over history, when you always spend money, at some point, you're going to get there. You know what I mean? And to be fair, you got to give these guys some credit. Yeah, the performances and the results have not been great. But in the background, since the new owners have come in, they're dragging people from City, Newcastle. They're trying to make stuff happen. Ruud van Nistelrooy on there.
It looks so nice, Prems, but What matters, like we know, what matters is what happens on a football pitch, and there's been no change. And what they told us pre-season, I know, Premzy, you talk to Said often, so you know what they were saying. They're gonna finish third. They're gonna be the team.
You know what the average United fan are like.
This is what they're saying. They get lost every year. They just buy into the source. So there's one thing that I can look at my club and I can say, like Deji said, we're building upon performances. We have good performances, and that's why we could be confident going into the Arsenal game, because although we haven't won all of our games and the results haven't been there so far this season, I think the performances have been good. And the one thing we've been missing, which is a striker and someone to put the ball in the back of the net, we're going to have for this game against Arsenal. The problem we had last game against Newcastle was the conceding chances to the back line. We've got Van de Ven back, so the two holes are going to be plugged and we're going to be at our best, whilst Arsenal aren't. And that's why I'm feeling a bit more confident.
All right, quick one, because we're running out of time. It's already been 54 minutes, and I've been chilling, enjoying all of it, got to say, but we've got to finish within an hour. I didn't want this to be a long stream. So for everyone that's still here, respect, smash a like, subscribe to the channel, follow all the guys here. Their names are now showing pretty much on the screen as well, so you know who they are. There you go. Just a quick one, Deji. Who are the danger men for Arsenal that we've got to watch out for? Who have we got to stop or keep quiet for us to get the win?
Yeah, I think it's danger man. Sorry, I mean danger man. And for me, that's Saka. I think Saka's proved himself to be the star boy, the burner boy. Saka. Trossard could also be a worry if he comes off the bench. We know that Trossard is solid when he comes off the bench, but if he starts the game, he goes missing. So it'd be interesting to see if Trossard starts. We know Saliba is going to be a stonewall character. I've already come out to say he's definitely better than Romero, in my opinion. If we had Saliba instead of Romero, we'd be top of the league. And Asgard isn't playing. So for me, the main man is Saka. And it'll be interesting to see what Saka does. The one weakness I see in Saka, though, I have to say, and I don't know, I'm looking at Dashiki here in your eyeballs, is Saka gives me the impression he just doesn't want it. You know, like
he scored in the last 2 games against you.
I'm talking about just the physical battle. You know,
don't worry about him.
When the going gets tough, the tough gets going. And
a boy that doesn't want it doesn't come into the Premier League at the age of 17 and do what this guy does.
If he doesn't want it, he's all the time.
I get the vibe. The way that he was going down in the Brighton game.
Deji.
Yo, Deji, you tell me where you go Specsavers and get them fucking eyes tested.
Deji, this is the guy that scores against you all the time, though. He scores against you all the time.
That's because Ben Davis was there, bro. Let him score.
You know what? I'm gonna say, you know who you need to watch out for?
Yeah,
Sterling.
Okay, interesting. Do you think?
And I don't even know how this guy. I don't know how this guy's gonna play. I think we're gonna be forced into starting him. I swear to God, I feel like we're gonna be forced into starting him. And I, to be fair, I would go with this. What I would go with, I'd go with Havertz up front, Sterling on the left, Saka on the right, Trossard in the 10, Jorginho and Partey in the middle. Happy days, because that's a solid team. And Trossard, if you obviously you're guessing you guys don't watch Arsenal in pre-season, because why would you? But he has played in that position a few times, get me alongside Odegaard. So I have a feeling he will play there.
Dash, I'm going to throw the same question at you. Who do you think are the danger men that you guys have got to stop for you to have a successful day at the office and walk away with the 3 points?
I think Maddison. Maddison proved even at the Emirates that he's one to watch, and a lot obviously that can come through the success through him. But yeah, I'd be intrigued to see like the likes of like Solanke play and to see how he fares in a much better team. No disrespect to obviously where he was before, but just to see how he can cope in a bigger game and a bigger team than he was. So it'll be quite interesting battle. But I know that my boys, you know, the Legion of Doom will lock him up. So it'll be interesting to see. But yeah, Maddison.
No, that's cool. And yeah, you know, obviously Deji and Jords are quite confident going into this game. I can't lie, I'm not. So I feel a bit of PTSD. And like I said, the last 6 results, we've only got 1 draw. That's our only positive result. was last year at the
No,
Emirates.
that's not
away.
true, man. I don't know what that apps because we beat them one time, man. We beat them 3-0. Look, we got a win there.
Yes, Jords.
I remember that
Oh,
one. No,
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not
Yo,
having
yo,
that.
yo, 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 yo.
Oh,
yo,
yeah,
beat
yeah,
them,
right,
bro.
yeah,
Give
that's
us
what I
something.
beat
Give us
them.
something.
You know-
Man,
you know
starving
what?
out here. Give
Apologies.
something.
I
Okay,
was
fair
at that
enough.
game. I was at that
I
game.
need
3-0.
something.
I was there as well.
I remember
I don't know
end
why
of
I
the
forgot that. Yeah,
3-0
that's the
licks
game
at
that
White
stopped
Hart.
you lot. Yeah, that's the game that stopped them getting into the Champions League, innit? So that was yeah. Okay, fair enough. I've marked
That's
the
a
wrong
long
team.
time ago. That's a long
Yeah,
time ago.
it's still. I mean, okay. So we've got one.
It's a
draw,
long
one
time
result
because
for
we
the
were
last-
under dusty managers at the time.
Yeah.
I don't really count that.
I didn't tell you to go and recruit them guys, and you didn't even win
No,
nothing
you're
with them
right.
anyway.
But for me, the whole Conte Mourinho era is just a blur. You get me? It's a blur in my head.
You
So
must
I don't
hate
really-
Mourinho, innit? You must
You
hate
thought you was gonna
Mourinho
win
for what he
you thought
said.
you was gonna win a trophy with them, though, innit?
Yo,
Deji,
yo,
you thought you was gonna win a
Patty,
trophy
there's
with
a
them, innit?
comment up there, something
I
about
didn't.
Mourinho, yo. Beg you slap it up.
Yeah,
Really?
1 second. Let's go to the comments. 1 sec.
You know these Spurs, man, I hated Mourinho. They
where,
say the baseball bat him, yo.
Trust me, man.
Where
If I
did
see-
you see that,
I see him at the
friends?
petrol station, I'll
If you
fly-
scroll up on the comments somewhere, there's I think it's one guy
All right.
talks about.
I will find that in a sec. But okay, while I'm
Yeah.
doing that, Premzy, what's your predictions for this Sunday's game? How are you feeling?
You know
and
what?
how do you think it's gonna go?
You know what? Yeah, I've got a prediction where, you know, it's hard, man, because I'm not as confident for this game. You get me, like in the aspect of
Respect.
we've not been the greatest Arsenal at the start of the season, but last season we weren't great as well. You know what I mean? And we
I
were
was
still
just
pulling
about to
out
point that out
results.
as well, yeah.
So it's one of them. Innit? I'm gonna have to wait and see, and I'm gonna go with a 1-0 Arsenal winning it. I'm gonna hope that the defense can keep it a tight ship and we can get a goal. But if it's a draw, it wouldn't surprise me either.
No, sweet, fair enough. And I'm gonna go to you, Dash, and then we'll go to the Tottenham contingents. Yeah, Dash, how you feeling? Predictions?
Yeah,
thoughts?
obviously I'm slightly opposite to Premzy. I'm confident in the players that we got, and I'm confident enough that Arteta can apply a system that will help us get over the line. So I'm going with a 2-1. I feel like obviously it's, you know, form goes out the window, and although we might have a great defense, I could see us conceding, but I could just see us winning the game as well by a goal.
You're not that confident, and that's a 1-0 clean sheet. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, but we're gonna win. That's my confidence. That's where my confidence lies, that we're gonna win the game with the players that we've got.
I'm fucking with you, man.
Yeah, with the players that we've got. I think there's a lot of doom and gloom in regards to losing, like, the players that we've lost, but
yeah, there
I think
definitely
we've
is. There definitely is. You can
I
feel
think
it
we've
around
got-
the fan base.
I still feel like we've got the quality, and I really like you pointed at the Sterling. I just feel like, you know what, on that left hand side and Saka on the right, hey, couple penalties as well, might get that. You never know, man.
You know what? It's Jorginho and Partey. They need a solid game in it, because Partey, he hasn't been, for me, he's been all right, but we've seen Partey much better.
Yeah.
And Jorginho doesn't get that many. And Jorginho doesn't get that many minutes. So really and truly, you don't know what kind of Jorginho you're getting. So that's the biggest worry for me. That is it. You get me? If it was, because I don't think that, like, you might be confident with the players we got. That's my issue. I'm not confident with the players we got, because I think there's a massive drop off from Odegaard and Rice. You know what I mean?
But then I'm thinking more in experience wise. Obviously, we've really been performing at a high level for the last 2 seasons. I just feel like the players kind of going into this game, because we've done very well against our, you know, big rivals and stuff like that over the last 2 seasons.
Yeah.
I just feel like this is another game that just the experience in itself will count. And especially, like, you know, just Tottenham fans are saying that, you know, missing chances or just not being able to, you know, shut up shop and all that kind of stuff. I think that Arsenal just have that bit of experience that can just get us across the line with this game.
I hear where you guys are coming from, but I just need to say that, like, this experience stuff is, you're talking about a bunch of washed experienced players. Partey is now washed.
No, I mean in the sense that the team itself, like
the team has experience, but I think the players that you're now relying on, usually I'd agree, but you're forced to rely on players.
I'm just having said this quickly. For me, Partey's better than any midfielder you got, lad. So I don't know about washed.
That's not true. Definitely not true.
I think
Party's been washed. Jorginho again washed. He's not the player of 3-4 years ago at Chelsea. He's not at that level. He's definitely washed.
You man are
And
gonna
then
see.
Raheem Sterling again, another player 4 years past his best. His last good season was about 2021. Like he hasn't had a good season really since then. Average
Still got 10 goals in a dusty
goals
Chelsea
in him.
team.
But, and if you looked at that,
he's definitely got a preview.
and if you look deeper into those goals, you'd see majority of them against the likes of Luton, against the likes of Bournemouth, against teams that are battling around 15, 16. He's a low-level goal scorer. That's where he scores his goals. He's going to beat the little boys. When he comes up against good defenders, I'm not going to sit here and rave for Pedro Porro because Pedro Porro is not a great defender. He might find some gaps in our defense. And like I said,
big disrespect for a guy who's won a shitload of Premier Leagues and a lot of stuff.
Yeah, man, come on, man. You're also a team.
Let him kick the ball first and see what Aguan is.
You're also,
we already know what happened with that situation.
You're also a fan base that got excited about scoring 4 goals against Everton.
If we're gassing up Sterling in 2024, then I don't know what we're doing. Honestly.
But George, listen to this. Like you're also, being gassed and scoring them 4 goals against a low level.
I didn't get gassed up against Sterling. You didn't hear me mention it once because I'm not gassed up about Sterling.
I don't think anyone's gassed about Everton. At the end of the day, we did the job. You got to beat the team in front of you. 4-0 clean sheet. That's a good result.
So someone like Sterling has to score the goals.
I don't think anyone's gassed about it, but you just beat the team in front of you. But Deji, let's go. What are you saying about
hopefully Sunday? Sterling's baptism has helped him out.
For me, etiquette. When you've got celebrities in the building, Premzy and Shiki, etiquette should suggest that man should just have a little bit less chest. The truth of the matter, we're going to slap your note up 3-1. We're going to do domination. We're going to do domination.
Listen there, your booty's going to be shaking by the end of it, mate. I'm telling you, you're going to be shaking your boot.
The thing is,
I've heard you say that a few times, so I'm guessing that's your bar, innit?
Yeah, no, for real. People are going to be shaking their bum violently. I totally understand that, but I just think we opened you up the 2 times we played you. We didn't get the result, and I'm just looking at the game, and I'm looking at this week's game, and we're going to open you up. Shiver Me Timbers is looking suspicious. He's going to leave some space on that right-hand side. And for me, Saliba's got a mistake in him. I think Tottenham slapped you good and proper 3-1. And also, I think Postecoglou wants the win because he knows the noise that is coming out of the Tottenham fan base and that how we're wanting to see things. And I think to appease the fans and to give the brother time, he must get a win. For me, drawing with you, man, is not good enough.
I was going to ask Deji Jords, if you don't beat Arsenal with, this weakened team that's
no, I'm not. We would have beaten you with Asgard and Muller Rice anyway. So this.
Okay. So if you don't beat us, then what for you guys? What does that say for you guys?
For me personally,
I don't know what it means. Then what? Like if you don't win, we don't win.
The only thing I would be extremely disappointed, and I would question a few things. About Postecoglou, simply because I feel like North London derby, you have to get the team ready for that. I'm not saying you have to win every time, but for me, if we do lose, I need to see a performance. On the content on the Mourinho, we were pussyos in the North London derby. We were idiot. We pulled down our pants and we said, Arsenal, slap us, please slap us. I don't want that. And I think last season we gave a good account of ourselves. That's why I can say with chess now that with a couple, if Van de Ven is playing, if Udogie is playing, I think you're really going to miss Asgard and Muller Rice. Them two, your best players.
No, I agree, man. I agree.
Big hole. If we had the same hole that you guys are coming to our gaff, I wouldn't be able to talk with the same chest.
And just my last point, and on your question, Dashiki, the difference between this game for Arsenal and Tottenham is this game doesn't necessarily define our season. Let's just say we do drop points. I'm pretty confident we're going to pick it up, but let's say we do drop points. This isn't going to affect massively where we finish because we're not aiming to win the league. Whereas if Arsenal drop points,
Yeah,
City
but you
build
know-
City build a further gap, and then you've got them next week, which makes next week even bigger game. So for you guys can't afford to drop points. Whereas
100%.
I'm not
It's a
saying
much bigger game for us than it is
Yeah.
for you. 100%.
that's what I mean, because you guys have got to focus on the league, and so let's be honest now. That's your aim. Our aim is not the league this year. I know our level is not the league. So if we lose this game, we can still build upon performances throughout the season and finish in the top 4. Whereas you guys lose this game, and this could be the game like last year. You drop points in 2 games, it costs you the league. That's what will happen.
But why I mentioned
Technically,
it,
it's
but
not just
sometimes
this game, because if we did drop points in this game and we drew this game, or even if we lost it and we went on to beat Man City, we took 3 points off
100%,
City
it
and
doesn't
gained
mean
3 points on him. So really and truly, what happens in this game, it doesn't matter. What happens in Man City game, that's the main thing. So don't try to make Tottenham this game. Don't try to make Tottenham look like they're going to make Arsenal do a mad thing. The good thing is, though, that it's very early in the season, and very early.
I think Premzy, I think you hit the nail. Go on, Pat. So
I was going to say this North London derby's come around so early, and it's really strange because typically this game's always around the April March. So it's very interesting that.
And normally we have you lot at the Emirates first as well.
I know. So they've changed it around. I don't know when are we playing you guys at the Emirates? Has anyone got it off the top, like of the head?
One sec.
It's a couple months before the end of the season, isn't it?
Yeah, it's quite interesting when this game's coming around. For me, it's a weird one. I'm actually relishing the game. I'm looking forward to it. For me, these big games are tested. This is where I can see what's the improvement with Ange Postecoglou. He's got more of his players in now. Your Odebers, your Bergvelds, your Archie Grays. These are players he wanted. So I need to see something. Solanke as well. It's a tough game, man. Arsenal are a brilliant team. I'm not going to beat around the bush. They're fantastic. You know, in any other period, Arsenal win the league 2 years in a row. It's just that they've gone against the best team probably in Premier League history. And I know Man United fans don't want to hear that, and possibly Chelsea under Jose Mourinho in his first season. But this Man City team are insane. Like, they're incredible. And any other year,
January
last year, they win the year before that. Do you know what I mean? So
Pat, January, we got you lot at the Emirates in January.
Okay,
January
so again, that's very early as well. So it's quite interesting that we get these games out of the way very
I
early.
wanted the games early because
on a Tuesday night as well. Tuesday night at the Emirates.
What the hell?
I wanted the games early for 2 reasons. I wanted it early because we would have more chances of having a stronger team to put out. We won't be seeing the likes of Ben Davis. But I do want to say this to Premzy and Dashiki. I think the thing that gives you guys confidence, and I don't want you to sleep on this though, is the fact that Tottenham, in everyone's eyes, looks like we've had a slow start. If we're being honest, Pat and Jords, we knew that even though we were top of the league after 10 games, there were 2 or 3 games we were lucky to get the result. A little bit like what you guys did this season. For me, I don't mind starting slow, but making sure that we finish strong.
That's the same for us, though.
What we did last year, starting strong and then dropping off. So I think
That's the
this
same for
weekend
us.
is when we see we wake up. Yeah.
Because you know what it is when we, not the last season, but the season before, when we just shut out the barrel just quick and we died out in it. So last season, where we was kind of complaining, being like, right, we're starting off really slow, but we built up, and obviously we gathered momentum, and then we finished second again. But it could be similar to that again this season, where we don't start off so great, but we've got the experience now, 3rd time running. And hopefully, listen, it's going to be a cracking game, innit? North London derbies, as Premzy said, is one of the best derbies in the Premier League, if not the best. And form goes out the window. So we're all going to be chatting now. Some of us with chess, some of us ain't got chess, but we're just going to see on Sunday what happens, innit?
Yeah, well said, Dash. And Master Weasel, respect for the comments. Love you in the chats. But that's the point that Deji was getting at. We didn't finish strong. We started really well last year. Up to 10 games in, we were the best team, but we knew there was a few dodgy performances where we kind of rode our luck. This year, if you lot have watched us, and probably you haven't because you're Arsenal fans and obviously you've got your own thing going on, we've played well in every single game, but we just haven't got the results, or performances haven't matched the actual results. But with that being said, obviously every game is a clean slate. Arsenal at home, it's time to turn those performances into results. So we'll see. And obviously Arsenal licking their lips as well. It's another chance to get one over there. North London rivals. So it's going to be a great game, man. It's going to be a fantastic
We got to chief up the little brothers, you know what I mean, down the road. We got to chief them up.
And I just want to say,
Premzy, I just want you lot
Oh.
to know, 'cause I know you've never seen me before. I'm just a little fish in this thing. Just want you to know that I've got Tottenham to finish third this season. Yeah, so don't be surprised. Is what I'm saying to you, man. Don't be surprised.
Good luck with that. You can finish third, but as long as we finish above you guys and we go
No,
for the top.
I like it that you back your team to the fullest, bro. That big man thing. That's how it should be.
nah, it's
We
cool. I
should
like
be
that.
that way.
But I'm gonna quickly go around the chat. I mean, it's been we're already at hour 13. We could go on all night, but obviously I want to respect the viewers, respect their time, and obviously you guys as well for giving me your, hour and a half, hour and 15. I really appreciate it, guys.
Appreciate it.
So I'm gonna go around and Jords, where can people catch you? What you got going on? When are you starting your channel? Talk to us.
Come on.
No, I'm literally starting the channel this week, man. Durag Diaries, you could probably find it already. On
Yeah.
TikTok, Durag Diaries as well. That's where I've always been for a while, and just Jords on Twitter, man. That's where you
Make
find
sure that durag isn't tight, too tight. You know what I mean, dog?
This durag is always tight. This durag strapped, and especially this week. I'm telling you, the
Them
durag comes
eyebrows
on
are gonna
early,
be touching that.
I told you already, man. I'm counteracting the powers. I'm counteracting the powers right there.
Yeah.
But yeah, no,
I've
man,
grown my hair. My hair's grown now again. It's gone long again now, right?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't even clock that. Yeah, it's long again. It's long again. And respect to you, Total Spurs, and everyone else that's been in the chat. The comments have been flowing. Thank you lot for keep tuning in and being interactive. And as you can see, Total Spurs has got a lot of respect for everyone on here. Good, respectable panel, breath of fresh air. Thank you. So shout out to everyone. And Deji, what you been up to? What you got going on? Where can people find you? Etc. Etc.
Yeah, no, thank you. And big up Total Spurs for that comment. Big up the man them as well. Premzy, Dashiki, Patrick, thank you for inviting me. George, big up to you, man. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Yeah, look, Deji Spurs, I will come with the chest. I love my club. Do you get me? And I do see there's some positivity in our performances. I'm actually streaming on a bag of man's shows today, tomorrow, weekend, because for me, I rather get the chest out now than after the game, in my opinion. So yeah, big up. It's all banter, it's all love. Thoroughly enjoyed it. And Patrick, please make sure to invite me again sometime soon. But big up to everyone.
100%. You're always welcome. And Premzy, thank you for coming on, man. Nothing but love to this guy. One of the best content creators out there, irrespective of what team he supports. I appreciate your time. Thank you for coming on. What you got going on? Where you at? What you doing? Blah, blah, blah.
You know what? First of all, I just want to say thank you very much, Patty. Like I said, it's so great that you started this, you get me, because I've said it at the start. For me, one of the best Tottenham guys out there, if not the best, you get me. And that's no disrespect to anybody else. I just honestly believe that the football talk you come with is just 110, you get me, and you can actually relate. You got a place on Sky Sports for me. You got that level. That's how highly I rate you anyway. And obviously, Deji, Jords, likewise, top brothers. I've been on the stream with Jords many a time before. Deji, first time. It's good chopping up with you, and I do like your little phrase and that you got going on. And obviously, my brother Ray, Arsenal, man, innit? We're going to be in battle together, innit? We're going to have to go. We're going to have to go to war. We're going to have to see what happens, innit? But look, I love the confidence that you got. Premzy TV on YouTube. Obviously, I am starting to put content out now. Hopefully, the next piece of content should be a North London Derby preview with Lee Gunner. So make sure you keep an eye out for that, and then take it from there, people. Love. Make sure you smash like on this video and subscribe to Chatty Patty.
Appreciate that, Premzy. Thank you. And last but not least, the Cheeky Dash. Thank you for coming on, man.
Come on, man.
One of my
Pat,
guys. This guy is one of my.
Don't try to act like we're strangers, Pat.
I know. He's a good friend. Like outside of football, he's a good friend. Really good guy. And got some funny content as well. But Dash, let them know where they can find you and what you got going on.
Yeah, man. No, first and foremost, man. Well done, Pat, man. Because I've been onto you for time, man. For doing this. So it's good to see you doing this and you're doing your thing out there on other people's platforms. So it's good to have your own platform as well. And obviously you got more control over your content and stuff like that. Big up to Jords, big up to Deji Spurs, big up to Premzy. Love watching you lot's content as well. Myself, a dash of sports. I put out like hot topics and trending stories and stuff like that, man. So usually pretty much cover all types of sports. So yeah, man, come check me out. Instagram, YouTube. Yeah, man.
And what else you got going on, Dash? I see you doing other stuff as well with other people, other big content creators. Talk to them about that.
Yeah. So like you'll catch me on Everyone Goals. That's by Akin Fenwa's podcast. So yeah, we just chop it up in terms of like Premier League, week by week. internationals, whether it be tournaments, whatever it is, man. We just chat about football there as well. So you can catch me on there as well. Yeah, and just doing my own stuff as well on my platform. Just a bit like you guys as well, man. It's with the content creating, it gets a bit tough, but you just got to keep pushing and being consistent. That's what I'm trying to do right now. Just trying to be as consistent as possible.
Exactly that. So everyone in the chat, everyone in the comments, everyone watching this back, follow all these guys, show love on their channel, spam them, put comments underneath all their things saying that it's a Patrick Tyrant raid. You came from Chatty Patty. Show me love as well. Like this, share this. And yeah, till the next time, come on, you Spurs. And I was gonna say bad luck to Arsenal, but may the best team win. We're sportsmen over here. We do it properly. But obviously, I think that we're gonna get the 3 points. I'm confident going into this game. I have to be now. It's coming as it gets closer. You have to back your team. You have to.
That you ain't confident, bro. You ain't confident.
The show's ending now.
In this North London derby, I ain't about sportsmanship at all. I hope we poison them when they come to our stadium. I'm telling you.
I hate Jords. I hope we break one of your guys' legs.
Listen, if man ain't got chest, he ain't got chest in it. If you ain't got chest, you can't bench. You can't bench, innit? That's how it is.
Man's on 120.
Shout out to everyone. But now, till the next time, thank you for tuning in. Love. Shout out to everyone on the panel. Catch you guys soon, man. Take care. See you later.